Your next comedian is the very funny individual, Arizona's funniest old man, Mr. Arizona Lou.
Wow, thank you. On one of my videos on my website, I have to explain at the beginning of, after the introduction, say, Lou, 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 and it sounds like boo, boo, boo. Maybe it is, but I don't think it is, so I like it. In February, I took a kiteboarding trip to Maui. You asked, what's that?
What's that?
You hardly said anything. You expect me to do this show by myself? Everybody now, what's that?
What's that?
You're good. That's an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Oh, kiteboarding? You're flying a huge kite while it's pulling you on a wakeboard or a surfboard. All we want is wind. That's not funny, but that's what we want. And unfortunately, we didn't have the usual wind when I was there, so I did lots of other stuff like stand-up paddleboarding with my friend Tim. And while I was barely able to stand up on my board, he was on his board doing yoga for flexibility. Show off. Anyone here into yoga? Well, if you're into... Oh, all right. What's your name?
The host.
Oh, yeah. What do they call those situations that put you in, that they make you hold them? What do they call those? Poses. Oh, you must be into yoga, too. Yeah. Heather, the instructor, had us holding the plank pose and said, just relax. Doing that is like me asking you to relax while you're trying to evade your ex. Sounds only like two people have exes. All right, your mother-in-law. I did find out what it's like to be a human pretzel. I took my first class on the island for the view of the ocean. Well, unfortunately, it was inside with the lights out. So much for that view. Heather, what's your most difficult pose?
Doggy style.
Yeah, down dog. Mine too. And holding down dog, I call it arms torture. Well, holding that wasn't the only thing I had to hold. I had a pesky methane bubble that was determined to reach the atmosphere. Now, few of you know, but you people who are young or not very science savvy, you call that a fart. I was able to hold it, not the down dog. And after the second, during the second session, Heather put some smelly stuff on my head and gave me a massage. This head. I was afraid that she was going to mess up my hair. Now you're tittering a little bit. And that's okay, because serious stuff messing this up. At the end of the fourth session was yoga by the beach. And there was the ocean. But I was toward the back. And unfortunately, it was tough seeing the ocean through all those young distractions in shapely spandex. So much for that view. I wasn't the only one that had a problem with the methane bubble. One person let one escape, and it was one of minimal displacement, extended duration, and high amplitude expulsion. Now, in case you're young or not very science savvy, you call that a long, loud Fart. Well, I did learn in yoga. I didn't know whether I should laugh or whether I should hold my breath. So I snickered until I realized I was the only one. Then I realized in yoga you have to know when to hold them. The sixth class, we were told to look at our navel. That was the view. Well, my last day on Maui, it was windy for once, and I was kiteboarding over the Boneyard. Now that's a spotty area where the coral reef is just below the surface of the water. And I was riding my 5.2 surfboard. You say, what's that?
What's that?
I was riding it without foot straps, and that is stupid. I blew a jibe, and the guy dragged me over a coral reef, and I donated some skin to the fish down there, my arms and my legs, and another body part that I don't talk about much, my left thigh. And the fish said, "Thank you for the food." Well, now I'm healed and trying to be funny. You can see how that's going. And it's time for me to sit down and dream up my next disaster, if I live long enough. And I'll be thinking of kiteboarding and dreaming of wind. No, not that kind, you're disgusting. Look me up on the internet. I'm Arizona Lou.
Arizona's funniest old man. Funniest old man. Called me out for doing yoga. I don't fucking do yoga. I'm just trying to applaud.